whenever I freeze them, they take on this purplish green tone to them. It's kind of concerning. This is gonna be a barbecue chicken pizza with ranch. For the chicken part, I'm gonna cut them into thin slices, put the pieces in a bowl and start marinating. We'll start off with the Costco sauce and ketchup and some of your sister's sauce. If I have a choice, every day will be pizza day. All I need to do is put whatever I want on top and just bake it. Usually it's the leftover ingredients from other videos. We pretty much can turn cauliflower into anything. Rice, mashed potatoes, bread, and pizza crust. The only thing that's more manipulated than cauliflower is me in my last relationship. We're also cooking the chicken the same way. I don't want to deal with the cleanup, so I made a little tinfoil tray. I know the color didn't change that much, but it doesn't matter for now, you'll see. Put the pizza crust back in, a layer of ranch, and spread that out. This layer of flavor is a stinky one. This is all we have left of the never-ending raclette. So the first time we got the French one, the second time the Swiss one. It's time to explore beyond the Alpine region. I think you guys are gonna be really surprised where I'm getting my third one. We'll just add another layer of pecorino romano. The amount of cheese might be defeating the health purpose of the cauliflower crust. That's not the reason I got it in the first place. No gaps in between. Every bite of the pizza needs to have meat in it. Otherwise you're just eating garlic bread. You might be questioning this dish right now, but give me a little time. Let me show you the final result. I think it's gonna look pretty decent. Doesn't it look much better? But to make it more Italian, I'm gonna top it off with some chopped basil. It smells really good. I feel like the pizza should come with Italian opera in the background. Such a bad decision. The herbaceousness makes it taste so weird. I should have just added more ranch to it. I'm not gonna rate the pizza right now. I'm gonna finish eating this whole meal of the day and I'll rate it in the end. I'm gonna make myself a little dessert. Half a ramekin of chocolate chips, and in the other ramekin I'm gonna make some pizza with water. I prefer this regular pizza with real peanut butter is a little sticky. Microwave the chocolate for 40 seconds so they're nice and melted. Just swirl it around. You don't have to completely mix it. Consistency is what's gonna make this dessert. I'm holding air quotes from season. But then I'm going to steal from my range circle and dip in the chocolate super good. Pizza with chocolate butter. What a great way to start the week. On Mondays, can consider 8 out of 10. My goal is to spend minimal time on cooking and still get good quality food, but it's difficult to achieve that. One thing that helps is using meal prep. Let me introduce variety. 4 to 8 number depending on your specific needs. Plus, you can easily skip a week if you need to. Very flexible. They also have a lot of interesting add-ons like protein, juices, veggie-sized desserts. They accommodate those following plant-based or keto videos. I'm currently doing a lot of it saves me a lot of time from decisions, cooking, and cleaning up. Most importantly, it brings complex meals to keep my diet balanced without overloading my fridge with extra ingredients that I don't know what to do with. So if you're interested to experience the hassle-free eating, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code CANOE50 to get 50% off your first factor box and 20% off your next month's orders. That's code CANOE50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month's orders. I do want to talk about the taste too. After tasting all of them, my favorite is any of their meal involving chicken breast. It is the most tender chicken breast I've ever had. I don't even know what they do to it. Usually when I cook chicken, it's all like granular and stringy, but their chicken almost tastes like red meat. The best protein shake they have is the chocolate banana. You can mix it into your coffee.
Choose joy. Choose your calling. Choose to really care. Choose to go for it. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move.
I wake up. What's up, sad sex? Biscuits?
No, yeast. Try this toasted chicken bacon.
Today we're back here again with our radioactive chicken. I'm feeling extremely creative today. Check out my genius idea for this meal. I'm feeling noodles, but I also want some protein. So I'm gonna take these giant pieces of chicken breast and cut them into really thin strips like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boil these chicken strips exactly like noodles and then toss them into a spicy peanut butter sauce. But the peanut butter beats the powder. In the end, we're just gonna end up with the chicken salad. You can slurp it up. To tenderize it, we're gonna use the Chick-fil-A secret of MSG and some cooking wine. Give it a thorough mix, cover and let it marinate in the fridge for at least 2 hours. And if you're watching this video, chances are I'm not there to watch it with you, but I can already sense your judgment through the screen. Because judging is doubting, doubting is disbelieving, and believing is achieving. So you gotta believe in me, man. And as a side dish to that, I'm gonna prepare my favorite food of all time, the squash. Anything in the squash family, I'm obsessed with. My favorite is the honey nut squash. It's a new breed of squash created by Dan Barber's team and Cornell Agriculture School. I think honey nut squash is only available in New York State, but every time they become available, I bulk buy cases of it and just put it under my bed. I sleep better knowing they're there, you know. They're the perfect mix of starchiness and fruitiness. Just simple roasting with salt makes it taste like a sweet potato pie. It's pretty insane. So this September, if I find them in the farmer's market, I'll buy a lot and dedicate like a whole month of content to them. You know, I've been hyping up honey nut squash so much, I forgot this episode is sponsored by Backpack. It's Thursday and I found a new obsession. My Korean friend introduced me to these paper-thin sliced pickle radish cheese. It's similar to tortilla wrap, but it's pickled in the wasabi pickling juice. I bought a whole box from H-Mart. You know how at Korean barbecue they use these lettuce to wrap meat? Well, I like my meat unwrapped, unless the wrap itself has good flavor. So this solves the discrepancy. Got some marinated meat over here. We're just gonna cook it up by searing it on medium heat. I'm always surprised how non-stick this pan is. I still have the old ones, the institutional gray pan. My roommate calls it the egg killer. The anxiety is just off the roof when I put eggs into those pans. The beef I'm cooking right here is just Costco steak soaked in that Costco sauce overnight. Definition of we have Korean barbecue to accompany strange, dark, mysterious, delivered in story format, and a Coke Zero. The game plan is I'm gonna take a huge scoop of this bean paste, spread it on top of the wrapper, and cut a few pieces of the meat to lay on top, and finally wrap it up and eat it just like a taco. It has such complex flavors. The meat is subtly sweet and has a lot of umami, and the bean paste adds a lot of depth and earthy flavors to it, and all of that gets enclosed by this acidic, refreshing wasabi wrapper. I never really liked Korean barbecue because I prefer my big and bold pieces. When people cut it up like that, it's just way less satisfying. Pickling is the only method that will make me consume vegetables, so when you make that into a vegetable wrap, it's kind of ideal. Okay, let's clean it up and let's get to the desserts. It's gonna be similar to yesterday, except I'm gonna use a little bit of that honeycomb butter and chocolate chip. Microwave for 30 seconds. Now we have a caramel chocolate pretzel dip. I'm still eating my roommate's pretzel. I'll buy a new bag at the end of the week to replace it. As you can see, I'm holding a massive English cucumber. We're gonna use it in 2 ways today. First, we're gonna make a tzatziki, and the second usage I'll show you in the veg. We talked about this preparation before. We're gonna rub salt all over the skin of the cucumber. It's not only gonna clean it, but also refresh its texture and flavor as well. After rubbing into, we'll set it up. We'll save half to make the other dish. 2 cloves of garlic and squeeze all the water out. Adding about a cup of yogurt. Season with salt, pepper, olive oil, mix it together, and our tzatziki is done. So for the second dish of the day, on paper it might seem like Japanese cuisine, but it's actually part of the cuisine of Facebook moms. To make a spicy mayo, but half of it is going to be Greek yogurt. It's more volume, and you're not going to taste the difference. Now we'll take half the cucumber and scoop out.
Some missions need special underwear. In space, astronauts can rely on an absorption system that's part of their suits. On Earth, kids can rely on good nights to help them stay dry through the night. Good nights. Never stop dreaming.
I thought I was going to have a problem.
I need a 30-day beyond challenge.
Beyond 30 days
It's
challenge.
going to become like 30 days.
30 days.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Can I actually give up?
Okay, layering flavor time. On the bottom, we'll put a decent amount of the fill the cucumber halves with this tuna mixture. Why is it looking so bright? It looks like boiled pork. We'll even it out a little bit and another drizzle of the spicy mayo. Why have the palate cleanser on the side when you can eat while your palate is cleansed? After this layer of ginger, we'll lay down a couple pieces of the sashimi. These pieces are really good. They're starting to look pretty good. But maybe done better at making Japanese food. If you're Japanese and making scar, probably felt a little anger and but I'm gonna still mix my sashimi with the soy sauce. It's way easier to eat it that way. To take my sushi roll to the next level, I'm gonna torch the surface of the salmon so it becomes a torched salmon cucumber roll. The torching is gonna release a little bit of fat on top, and the Mayan reaction makes it taste better. I wish I had some avocado to put on top too. The final topping is gonna be the unagi sauce. Look at that. How much would you pay for this? Describe the situation I'm about to encounter in the near future, and I'll explain in a few months. So overall, this Friday night dinner is very interesting and even more delicious. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Last day of the week, we're gonna end it on another pizza day, but not the authentic Italian one we made earlier. It's gonna be a starting with a cup of water. I got this first. The dough is extremely sticky and the dough seems like they can get their shit together. We'll just roll it out into a circle with a rolling pin. You don't have to roll it perfectly here, as long as it's larger than whatever you're gonna cook the deep dish in. We'll just do the rest of the shaping inside the pan. Ideally you want to use a pan or spring pan, or at least a cast iron. I feel like you can only own cast iron and water down the pan. My biggest stainless steel saute pan. So carefully layer a sheet onto the pan and slowly push the pizza dough up the side of the pan. It's fighting back just a tiny bit. If you rest the dough for longer, it's gonna be way easier. Alright, once it's all covered up, start laying the sheet. All I'm gonna do is let the cheese fall on this pizza to make it charged, and some didn't. Alright, let's cut it open and try the thing. It's kind of small, but classic pretty hot. Really taste and really like the tea. Okay, it got a little chewy towards the center, so I suspect a thin layer of dough was undercooked. And the top is a little overdone. So next time, instead of 425, I'm gonna try 4. Overall, I'll give it a 9. And the flavors of this casserole is very intense. Then I gotta add some extra points for my genius idea of making hot honey with chili oil. Let's put another on an empty stomach, so the fasting probably helps me think more clearly. But the problem is every time after my meal, I just feel like I got shot in the ass with a tranquilizer. I just immediately pass out. If you know how to fix that, let me know in the comments. In the community section of the channel, I created a poll to try to figure out which one of these meals is the most diabolical. So go give it a vote if you want. Alright?
Finals would test you. You didn't know your allergies would test you more.
The principles of
Or whatever happens next.
Riemannian geometry.
Grab Kleenex.
Might have clicked on the video and wanted to ask me future canoe, what is life about? And I'd gladly answer that it's about perspectives. For example, with the amount of potato videos I've made on the channel, you might assume I'm perpetually sitting on the couch unbothered even by a winter. But I see myself as a man who loves veggies. There's no other category of potatoes other than vegetables, so it's not as thick and freeze. It's a high protein salad. Today we're taking a look at the 10 best potato recipes on the internet and ranking them from last to first place. As a first step of preparation, I'm going to kill 2 5-pound bags of 10 pounds in total. What a great start. We talked about this before, there are over 200 types of potatoes in the world, mostly from Peru. We're going to use exclusively Yukon Gold today. This is my favorite. Starting with the 10th place of the list, Parmesan potatoes. This is a pretty popular recipe on TikTok. Just a side note, everybody I've seen online has made this recipe with a rich lady from a very high level. The reason why this recipe is actually least is simplicity. All we need to do is cut potatoes into small chunks. Preferably we're using smaller potatoes to begin with, and season with salt, pepper, chopped rosemary, garlic powder, cayenne, a spice blend known as whatever I have in my house. Toss in some oil and apply whatever non-stick soap you have. If you don't have it, just use a butter. You also can put way more cheese than I expect to. A lot of people mix it with oil and stuff, but you really don't need it. There's a lot of oil already, and you want to make it look dry first. Finally, we'll season the spaced potatoes evenly apart. Preheat the oven to 375 and then bake it for 30 minutes or until the potatoes cooked. Gold takes a little more time to press it, but the flavor and the creaminess is unbeatable. Like a boiled Yukon with nothing in it and some salt already tastes like mashed potatoes. It's crazy. You know what's crazier? This flip over here. Yeah, it kind of looks like those pot sticker plates at ramen restaurants. Baked, crystallized Parmesan cheese connecting with the potatoes. How cool is that? Let's give it a taste and we'll let the tea. Golden potato, golden crispy. We're starting the video with an 8.7 out of 10. It's gonna get infinitely closer to 10 out of 10. Today's just gonna get better by the minute. Moving on to the 9th place.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube. Exclusive access to all things VIP. Purchase over. YouTube Premium. It's way more than ad-free. Try 1 month on us.
As Max the new guy demonstrated to us, anything can be an accordion if you want it to be. The secret here is just to leave a little bit of space at the bottom without cutting it. Once perpendicular like this, we'll flip it over and at a 45-degree angle, video where you saw how the water starts dancing. Salt falls through the cracks so it gets on the inside. I'm starting to change my opinion on this accordion. Let's do a video where we try the accordion. I'm gonna give this an 8.8 out of 10. You see me slicing it so you know we make a potato dolphin roll. I call it the dolphin one. That's about 2 potatoes all sliced up. Chop up some onions. Half a cup of milk. Get everything ready, we'll cover it with oil into the oven at 350 for an hour and 15 minutes cover. Due to our previous experiences with overflowing and potential fire hazards, I'm gonna put this dish on top of another plate. There are a few things that's more common on the side of the cheese. While the oil on the surface is still hot, sprinkle in the chives to activate that vivacious inside. I'll even add those shoelaces. So we're giving it a 9 out of 10. And from now on, we're stepping into the near perfect dishes. You might have noticed in this video my brand new set of beautiful stainless steel plastic pans. All thanks to today's sponsor, Canadian Cookware. Their stainless glass quality is trusted by chefs in 3 Michelin-star restaurants all over the country, such as Atlanta, Chicago, Vernon, and New York City. Crafted in the US and the 5-ply stainless steel construction and superior heat retention and control, which are the 2 most important elements in cooking on a stovetop. So whether you're searing, sauteing, simmering, you get perfect results every time. The ergonomic ended up becoming addicted. And can anybody in the comments tell me how you're supposed to clean off these dirt? No time for that. I'm just in the leak. Same as usual, getting dirty in my mouth in quite a literal way. Also chop some garlic, some bay leaf and thyme in a sachet, chicken stock to cover up the potatoes, and this is pretty much it. Maybe a little bit cream later. Gave some color to the leek with the butter. Just pour the stock, potato, sachet all together, bring it to a simmer, and keep that going for 20 minutes or so. Finish it off with the cream inside. Mix that together and we're ready to get to the taste. Our leeks today are relatively on the smaller side. Usually a potato leek soup I think is 50-50 in terms of the ratio between the vegetable and potato. So the color we have today is more yellow than green. I added some chives and truffle powder on top. You can put some olive oil if you want. Let's give it a taste and then rate it on 15. It's very comforting. Potato soup is like eating mashed potatoes without having to chew. I guess really chew mashed potatoes. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like last time. First, 8.3, but 4th is this first one is jumping over a Lamborghini like speed. Too bad I lost it. I was super excited to show you guys. On medium heat, 3 to 4 minutes on each side. The potatoes are already cooked and the starch in it just needed to be warmed up to have that like chewy texture. We're basically just giving the outside some texture at this point. Chive is just like the perfect garnish for potatoes. This is so much better than our attempt last time. You can see the surface has like little crispy bubbles popping up. Didn't stick to the pan at all, and let's check out this cheese pulp. Not bad at all. I'm gonna give you that cross-section satisfying squeeze. Oh, it's not lazy, it's not lazy. Bottom and just start cutting it almost all the way through. Like, what do you mean? You fucked up. Over with the slice of buns and put it I think I executed it very poorly. third one will be the shepherd's pie from Joshua Wiseman. So starting with a large carrot, we're gonna small dice it. 1 to 2 sprigs of celery, because we'll be eating it and putting it into the dish. I try to remove as much fiber on the outside as possible, like just generally breaking it off and peeling it a little bit. We'll also dice it along with 4 ounces of mushrooms and finally chop a whole onion. The recipe calls for yellow onion because it's the most flavorful, but I only have white, which is the mildest onion. That's why I like white onions usually served raw. So here are all our vegetables, a lot of aromatics and some mushroom. I don't know why there's mushroom in it. Moving on to the meat. The recipe calls for 2.5 pounds of ground beef, as well as 6 ounces of ground bacon. I don't think that exists. And as you guys remember, all the I've been getting from my videos lately, high quality, guaranteed a lot into ground beef. How hard can it be, you know? I think I just committed my afternoon to something I don't want to do. But anyways, these are done in a way that's very ethical, and I don't want to talk about it. But we have the meat, vegetables, mushrooms all ready to go. So let's move on and forget about this the same way I do with the interaction. Holidays. So to have the best sear, best color in terms of pan. We want the meat to be more cooked. So it's best to knead it a little bit like a dough before we sear it. So in a burning hot pan, no oil, nothing. We're just going to lay down the meat. We'll let it sear, develop some color because there's a couple pieces of bacon in it. It's going to release a lot of fat. Once the bits come out of the sides, we'll brown and turn it over. Doing the same thing to this other side. We want to get as much color on there as possible because once we break it up, it's not going to color that much. Also season with pepper. The steak is already salt brine and the bacon is salty, so I'm not going to put it. So now it's time to mash it. Moments like this remind me maybe I do need a mash. I didn't use the ligament fork, even though it's superior. I didn't want it to be thrown into such big hard pieces of meat, you know. The overcooking meat, I'll take it out, add some more butter to the pan, and in goes all the vegetables. The more vegetables should be released, and I just scrape off all the bottom. The heat should be on maximum to make it easier to scrape it off. While it's cooking and getting color, we'll chop up some rosemary and thyme and add it to it. When the color darkens, we'll add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I don't have tomato paste, so I'm adding 4 tablespoons of pizza sauce, as well as 4 tablespoons of your sister's sauce, half a cup of wine, add back in the meat, mix it up. It's pretty much done at this point. We don't want to overcook the vegetables or the meat, as a pie is not a puree soup. But I am gonna add about half a cup of stock, and as a maraschino cherry on top, there's cheese. Definitely a 9.5 out of 10. Gotta put this away before my roommate comes back because it's looking a little dirty. This one is really low effort for tremendous results. We'll first remove like the little black dots on the surface of the skin and put it into cold water and start boiling it until it's cooked through. And then we'll just smash it down with my new steel press. It should be very easy from now on. It's okay, it's just the surface being a little bit too dry. We'll put some oil on it, it's gonna solve the problem. All gonna go smoothly. Okay, I guess parchment paper is the way to go. Now I have to clean one extra tool. And on top of the smashed potato, we'll put a lot of duck fat. As you know, duck fat and potatoes is like peanut butter and since it's boiled, so it's like mashed potato in the center, and the outside is so cheesy crispy. And the garlic and duck fat, I don't think I need to tell you how good it is with potatoes. This one deserved the number 2 spot because of how easy it is and low effort, and the taste is a straight up 9.6 out of 10. Finally, we arrived at number 1 recipe of the day, top of the hill, peak of the mountain, top G, numero uno. It's the potato noodle recipe that's been made many times on the internet, and the last time we tried to make it, we weren't really precise about the measurement, so it ended up being pretty hard to deal with. So this time we're gonna measure everything. Starting with about 500 grams of potatoes. We'll boil and mash it up. To that we're gonna add 400 grams of potato starch and half a cup of water. But hold on the water, don't add it just yet. I feel like I overcooked the potato a little bit. It's really moist right now. Once it's looking a little granular, we'll switch to our hand and start kneading. Usually I found that potato starch takes a little bit of time to activate with moisture to become more stretchy. So we should knead it really well and give it some time to rest before adding more water to it. Once we have the dough, to be a mushroom attack. It doesn't even do that great of a job in cooking sauces because once you boil it, it expands and fills up the pan. Now drop them into boiling water, avoiding sticking to each other in the bottom. The instructions say once they float up, it's done. Doesn't look like it, so I'm gonna give it more time. When it's puffing up and floating up, I'm assuming before we prepare the sauce, we're just gonna start heating up the oil on the stove top. So I'll do some vegetable oil and some duck fat. Duck fat and that spicy garlic potato noodle. You know I know this. I put the noodle back into a bowl. 2 tablespoons of goat butter, 2 tablespoons of coarse chili powder, a teaspoon of Taiwanese brown sugar, a tablespoon of white soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and a tablespoon of Chinese black vinegar. Before the noodles get stuck to each other, we gotta very quickly chop up some garlic. I've been panic attack over here, and I don't have scallions, so I'm doing some chives. Finish with some sesame, and of course, the most important shot of the video is blurry. How do you get a camera to focus inside the bowl rather than on the rim? After we mix it all up, we're gonna lay it out very beautiful on a plate. More sesame and chives, and this is looking insane. It's actually a very easy recipe with minimal ingredients. I guess last time I felt really complicated because I was stupid. I already know the score, but I'll still give a taste and we'll want to taste. Well, first of all, the texture is very chewy. The potato dough provides such a good canvas to take in the sauce, and the sauce is basically just a flavor explosion. Very savory, lots of umami, got a hint of sweetness from the sugar and the acidity from the vinegar. Overall, very balanced but intense at the same time. I can't recommend this recipe enough. You gotta try it with some potatoes at home, and I promise you're gonna start to be thinking about it once in a while. This is gonna be a 9.9. I think this is the highest score we've ever given to any dish on this channel. So, as always, in a moment like this, I always have to sing a song to express my emotion. Fever dream high in the quiet of the night, you know that I caught it. Anyways, here are my top 10 favorite potato recipes we've made together. Hope you can try them at home. I always wonder, do you guys actually make stuff for my video? If you do, send me a picture on Instagram. I'm pretty curious to see how it looks. Send that in person. It's been a while since we did one of these, embodying my MPC philosophy of more views means better quality. Pasta dinners are the backbone of American family life, as it is not only cheap and easy but also versatile. Today we'll take a look at the most viral quick pasta dinners on the internet and give them a taste.
She can get a taste.
To achieve anything, preparation is the most important, especially in the framework of cooking. Setting yourself up for success is called mise en place, which is French for forgetting half the shit you need. To get ready for a long day of pasta cookery, we need to slice and chop a lot of onions and garlic because they're pretty much the fundamental reason for delicious dishes as demonstrated in this video.
Hey, it smells so good in here. What are you cooking?
Anyways, I'm bawling my eyes out right now. We're gonna put garlics into a machine and now we're all prepared to move on. This recipe is such a trendsetter. I think we all remember the time when we would see different types of pasta baked non-stop. I think this Greek lady is the one that started it all.
Because of this recipe, the grocery stores in Finland ran out of feta cheese.
Wait, didn't Iceland sell out cucumbers because of Logan? Is that actually as impressive as it seems, or are Nordic countries just low on imported produce? Anyways, to make this is actually not a complete dry bake. We're cooking the pasta on the side. I'm gonna use a whole box of honey bomb tomatoes, drizzle with olive oil and salt, put a whole block of feta in the middle, put it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Later, the heat should have softened the feta cheese and completely cooked through the tomatoes. So take a ligma fork and blend it together into a sauce. Now you can adjust the seasoning if you want. I'm gonna add some garlic, roll up basil, chop it up, add it in. Finally, cooked pasta. I'm using corkscrew. Give that a thorough mix. I just realized this is pretty much a Greek salad, pasta salad, but hot. We'll take all the components, give it a taste, and rate 1 through 10. The baked feta kind of tastes like cream cheese, so it works really well with the freshness of tomato and basil. But I really believe that this dish would be way better if it's just a cold pasta salad. I'll still give it an 8.5 though.
If you want the flavors of Alfredo with the layers of lasagna, you need to make these chicken Alfredo lasagna rolls.
I actually don't care about the flavors of Alfredo, neither the layers of lasagna, but when we put them together, this dish looks amazing. Starting with a giant chicken breast, it's getting less radioactive by the day. We'll cut it into chunks, seasoned with salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and Cajun seasoning. I named this particular spice blend whatever I have in the house. We'll oil up a hot pan and start searing up the chicken pieces. We just want to get some color on there and take it out. Without washing the pan, we're going to start sauteing some mushroom. Mushroom loves oil, heat, and salt. We gotta put the heat on high to give it color and also evaporate the moisture to make the flavors deeper. Still using the same pan, we'll do onion, garlic, cream cheese, heavy cream, and just mix everything together. And to finish seasoning this Alfredo sauce, we gotta use a new spice blend called whatever is in your house. Add back in the chicken and the mushroom, simmer it for a little bit, finish that off with parmesan or pecorino, what I'm doing here. Season with salt after you mix in the cheese because the cheese is super salty. Sauce and meat is ready. Let's lay down our cooked and chilled pasta sheets. Without getting too much of the sauce on there, we'll put on top the chicken and the mushroom, and just like a cinnamon.
Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. nom nom nom. Nom nom nom.